Let's see. Alright, bet on that. Wounded dogs need love too. Exactly. And that person's definitely wounded somehow. Someone wounded them. He's gonna get a Nexus right now. Oh, he's already got it. So we're gonna kind of throw him off with hatchery. See if
The hive cluster is under attack. The hive cluster is under attack. The hive cluster is under attack. Metamorphosis complete.
We got him. He done messed up trying to go macro too hard. I'm a weird guy. What's going on? Oh, okay. As long as you guys are enjoying yourselves. Okay, well. If you guys need to, and it gets, you know, between you guys too much, there's always private message. So, as long as it's not out of hand. Okay, so this one, I'll make a hatchery. So this is a complicated one, right? So we got, every time I do this over and over and over again, I definitely always in my head think about other stuff, other ways to do it, or things that I'm like, damn, I didn't do not enough drones, and I kind of remember what I did or didn't do. And I just keep doing it and doing that, and then I look at the income, and then I try little other stuff, and then I kind of start combining those little informations together, and sometimes it kind of comes together. It's kind of weird how that works, but so what I'm trying to do here is the Protoss player is going for an expansion, right? This is common, and so I make a hatchery, a third. I've been doing that a couple times last night? Been doing more of the third to see what I could do with the lings, mass lings. So with the third, with the mass ling kind of setup, I'm looking at this and going, well, you know what? I could make a hatchery and go for the roach rush, right? Right here, I'm like, he's going straight macro. He's going for that Nexus first, kind of like, not Nexus first, but you know, like Pylon Gateway Nexus. And this is a very common build. You'll see this a lot in PvZ. Very common. You see the pros do it. That's why these guys do it. Smart watches the pro games, and he studies up those pro standard builds, and you know, or someone taught him, you know, the standard opener. And so this is kind of common. This is something you're gonna face even in the higher levels, even in GM. The early timings, you can't get any faster than the normal setup, so it's pretty cool. We can go up here and force out a choice. Sometimes you could actually make the drone, hide the drone right here anyways, and make the hatchery, without being spotted, because Protoss tends to be very about themselves. So they tend to be going, wow, I wouldn't be attacked. I'm Protoss. I attack. So they normally don't expect the Zergs cheesing. But nonetheless, he does have a choice. Are you gonna send workers to kill the hatchery, and then I can cancel and make another hatchery somewhere, and you're gonna lose mining time, right? That's number one. Two is we already got the three hatch setup, right? The 3 hatch setup is gonna be for larva, so they can get larva and supply a little bit. I'm getting supply and larva here, so we can go for like a roach rush to the front. Now there's 2 things that could happen. We're very pressed on income, and we're pressed on units. Because of the way we opened, we don't have that many units. We can't pull out more than what we think we could, even if, like I said, you're a GM player, you're stuck at low income. You can't make no money. I mean, you're gonna be really strong in the later game, but you're very weak right now. And so the hatchery is like, are you gonna send workers and lose mining time? And if he does, then that's less mining time that he's gonna have to be defensive up in the front, right? So if he decides to go kill the hatchery and lose mining time, I go with roaches in the front with these 3, with the 3, and we just make a lot of roaches, go straight to the front. He already lost a lot of mining time. He's already going for a macro build, so his tech is weak. And here we didn't do nothing but harass him. Now if it does go up, then you just seen what happens. We just keep burrowing and microing and burrowing and microing. So I just gotta remember how I do this. So I gotta look at the beginning, keep remember, when do I make this, when do I make that. See, he's making adepts, right? The adepts are normally right here to defend the lings, which he's trying to defend the lings. So the depths can't shoot the hatchery that good, so he's trying to do with the depths. That's not gonna work. If you give me time to make a queen, that gives me enough time to make three roaches anyway. So 3 roaches and a queen is very pretty strong. I hit him because I knew he was gonna chase me, or there was a slight chance he was gonna decide to chase me, so that's gonna give me more time for larva. The longer you can draw out the hatchery to the larva, the better you can get on the larva, the stronger the attack. But nonetheless, it's still, just burrow, wait for the larva to keep getting more, burrow. And like I said, with these 3 coming up and the roach warren, you send a nice good roach wave right here. So this is where the nice good punch comes in. So you got this nice set from the three hatcheries, and you got this attack right here. Right, we just keep burrowing and attacking, burrowing, attacking. Burrow right here. He's not attack. He hasn't killed. Let's see, I lost 1. Oh, I lost a hatchery. That's it. One building so far. So definitely something to work on, but pretty strong. Just gotta remember the opener. Hatchery, gas, pool, so I make a hatchery right when I make the spawning pool. When do they send their worker? So let's look at this. Pylon scout, right? Oh, gateway scout. Okay. So I gotta send my worker at 44 seconds. So when is that? Okay, when the Overlord goes up, I gotta try to remember this stuff. When the Overlord goes up, I gotta send a drone out. I gotta remember. I gotta write this down because I'm gonna forget. I already know. Yeah, I'll write it down on PowerPoint. Send drone to scout base to make to hide hatch. Scouts this probe. 44 seconds. Three drones. Real quick. Okay, so I always like to do timings. Now, why do you think I want to know when the probe comes out? I kind of said it, but I kind of didn't. Why do you guys think I'm trying to find out when the probe comes out to my base, typically, for this particular build, for a gateway build, which is normally the most common scout for a Protons player, is a gateway scout. Yeah, that's what I do, Flipardo. Normally I'll have like a whiteboard. I took it off because I was gonna redo it after I reset my my setup. I took off it was a mirror. I had a mirror and I used to use that. And I would just write it on the mirror. But it really helps me remember my timings or when to do something to correlate it. That or I use PowerPoint at worst case. But just kidding, don't know some receipts. Okay. Now the reason why, okay, looking at this build, right, and these are little things that you have to like try to see ahead of time, like when you're designing a build, like how can you optimize it, and why, how would it work, even at the higher levels, or why would it work, at times. So the reason why I want to know when the probe's leaving is because I want to set up this build where I send a drone out as well. And the reason why is because if I can send a drone out to his base, then when the probe comes over here, right? The probe's gonna come over here. He's gonna check that there's no hatchery going with the ramp, and then he's gonna see a hatchery eventually, and he's gonna be doing this, right? He's gonna be looking around. I'm gonna zap him a little bit with that one drone just to get his attention, and then that means that my drone goes in here and just kind of like hides in here within the so-called like his scouting, because a lot of people don't catch that. Now there's two things that could happen. You do that and you just have him patrol it in here, and then he just doesn't even pay attention to it, because they normally don't think that you're gonna hatchery rush them after you make a hatchery. So if you make a hatchery here, they're not gonna try to like, oh, you're gonna hatchery rush me. So they're gonna come over here not paying attention to that drone. So you're gonna be able to kind of slip by into a shadow the same time he comes in and scouts. You always got to know where his vision would normally be in a game to know if you could do certain things, if you can hide certain things. Knowing how the build works, or how a build works, where their camera locations are going to be based on that build order, because that build order requires certain things at certain places sometimes. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna, so that's what we gotta test. we're gonna test that. But that's why